Hey, happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. Thanks for coming to Larger Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you have not already. If you haven't already, if you haven't already, go ahead and ring that bell so you can get notified when I upload videos so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Yes, grand rising, grand rising. Let's try to get that like that. How's everybody doing? How are everybody? Everybody in the morning getting coffee. Everybody in the morning getting coffee. Remember that song? Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Remember that song? I used to love that song. But I don't get tipsy anymore. Yeah, something about the older you get, the less alcohol you can drink if you're not like a bona fide freaking, one of these ladies on these Housewives. If you're not a bona fide tam rat, no. Tamara said she was drinking way too much, y'all, because she was getting way too tipsy. But thanks for coming through this morning. Welcome to Malarja Curves, Malarja. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yeah, go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button. We're on our way to 3K. We will be hitting 3K any day now. Any day now. Any day now, we'll be hitting 3K. Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and share this video, smash the buttons. You know what to do. There's enough to go around, so spread some over here. All right. All right. So, yeah, thanks for coming to Larger Curves. Today we're going to be, oh, look, when my hand does that, you can see my, the thing where my dad is. Oh, cool. So, we're here to talk about Real Housewives of OC, Real Housewives of New York City. We're not going to be on here too long because there's not a lot to say. There's not a lot to say about these two shows. Yeah. I hear they get a bonus if they have more than 2 episodes in a reunion. So they must have felt like giving somebody a goodbye gift, because I don't know that everybody's coming back on the Real Housewives of Orange County next season, because, there was some weakness going on as far as storylines are concerned. And if you don't know the show, Real Housewives of Orange County is the original housewife franchise of all the franchises, okay? And so over here, where are they? Oh, here they are. So there's that's Jen. So yeah, we'll just go in order through the season. So Jen was married, got in an emotional relationship with somebody who wasn't her husband because he was abandoning her emotionally, and then ended up getting left by the husband in the house where he had been paying all the bills, to which she didn't know he stopped paying the bills. And then she ended up with an eviction notice on the house that Gina, right here, this is Gina. Oh, sorry, this is Gina. And this is Katie. So Gina right here is a newly licensed agent in the OC, right? And so she had hooked up this girl after her divorce. And I guess, I don't know what the financials said, but Jen didn't have it. Her ex-husband had it. So then there was this whole thing about how Jen spends her money. Everybody was checking in Jen's wallet. They was all, what's in your wallet, to Jen? What's in your wallet? Every time she wore anything out of the house, they was like, that looks like something she could go pawn and pay her rent, huh? Because Gina felt like it was giving her a bad name in the freaking industry. And because she had basically vouched for her to get in, because old girl didn't have credit in her name, had never had a bank account, all kind of stuff. Where like her husband did everything for her. Now, ladies, this is a PSA, and Jen is a PSA for us, okay? Jen is a PSA for you to have your own shit, ladies. Have your own shit. Have a separate bank account. Have some credit in your name. Have a little emergency note bag if you need to, because you never know what's going to happen. And it sounds like Jen had known, even after, through the 5 kids that she had for old boy, that he was going to be like this, right? So the way that Jen finally overcame it was the guy that she had the emotional relationship with. He ends up moving her in with him. her and her kids who are allowed to come over go over there now, and he pays for everything, got her a car, buys her Gucci dresses or whatever they are for the ladies to be checking price tags on and stuff. And then they do it and they say they weren't being catty and gossipy about it. Lies, the lies they tell in OC, rich ladies problems. Okay, I know I'm going a little bit fast because I thought we was going to be out of here by 9:30. I'm trying to get through it. Okay, so then we have over here Emily. Now Emily, I loved Emily on usually on the seasons. I would love that she is part of it because she is like I love that she was voluptuous like myself. I love a Zifty woman. You know what I'm saying? A little curve here, a little angle here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I had appreciated that. I felt like Emily was like, a woman that was like, wasn't afraid to be different in a way. I mean, I know nobody likes being the fat girl in the room. Nobody. I mean, unless you did. And so, but in that kind of crowd in OC, I mean, I moved from Oakland to freaking Santa Monica, my freaking my freshman year of high school. And so in Oakland, being Ziftig is fine. Everybody's pretty much Ziftig. And then when I get to freaking Santa Monica and size 12 is like fat, I'm like, you guys are lies. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked hard to be a size 12. So anyway, back to the story. So Emily this season, she hasn't been working. She's a lawyer. And her husband has been doing some lawyering. And when they used to show what was going on in Emily's family, it would follow her husband studying for the bar exam. We don't even know if he passed or not. I mean, does a fool have a job? And we've always heard that Emily's been living off of her parents or her in-laws or whatever, because I mean, who marries a man that's 3 inches shorter than they are, unless there's some money involved? I mean, Shane is not fine, and there's a lot of humor in the world, but usually not that much to make up for 3 whole inches without heels. Okay. Anyway, I mean, but there could be love there because everybody has a person too. I'm not being all like shallow about it or anything, but I'm saying there had to be some type of incentive, is because Emily seems like level-minded and like she would be thoughtful about those things. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he makes up for everything in humor from what I hear. So, and everybody loves a funny guy. I love a funny guy. I might show you guys a video later about my funny guy. He's hilarious. So anyway, so Emily this season, she didn't have a lot going on. She didn't tell us anything about old Shane over there. She didn't tell us anything. She showed us that she lost some weight. She showed us that she was on, her fitness journey, that she started with some Ozempic, got a nip and tuck, and then she's been working out like a maniac at the gym. Better wipe that shit down before you get sick again. Yeah. So anyway, so Emily was like, had this thing where she lost the weight and now she's still getting put in size 12s. And I'm telling you, in LA, if you're a size fucking 12, they consider you plus size. Even in the industry of modeling, like if you're over a size 8 these days, then you're considered a plus size, right? And so Emily was like, had this kerfuffle with Heather, this one right here. Heather Dudon, that's what I call her. Heather Dudon, her real name is Dubrow, but I call her Heather Dudon because she Dudon all the time as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, back to Emily. So Emily and Gina were really good friends, but this season, her and Gina were kind of like tug of warring because Gina's been wearing Heather as an ass helmet for like about 4 seasons now. And so, Emily's been speaking up on that, especially this season. She's literally like, you've been wearing old girl as an ass helmet. Like you never, like she like mops the floor with you. Like, what are you doing? And so finally Gina was saying like, yeah, she needs to get knocked down a peg or two. She's always up there looking down her nose at everybody kind of thing, right? So anyway, Emily was taking testosterone pellets this season. And I feel like everybody should investigate. I'm investigating it for myself as a new crone. Thank you very much. Anyway, thank you, God. But testosterone is naturally produced in women when you have your flow, and then when you don't have your flow and you enter into perimenopause and all that stuff, then not only your estrogen leaves your ass, but the testosterone leaves your ass, and they balance each other out. So Emily had got on some testosterone pellets, and I swear she would be like roid rage. To me, it was like angry Emily. Okay, she was like, she would go off as soon as I found out that she was on these things. I was like, oh yeah, Yeah, that testosterone is kicking in. She was high key aggressive with a lot of the ladies, but they deserved it. I mean, you get in her face, she just got in your face on 10. So anyway, so then we have Tamrat. Tamrat's right next to Heather, and we call her Tamrat because she's nobody's friend. You know how a rat will leave the rest of the rats to go survive or whatever. So they say anyway. I don't know. They're the first ones to jump ship, but I don't know they could swim in the ocean. But anyway, so Tamrat, she used to be really good friends with Shannon, but for some reason she turned on Shannon because Shannon had a DUI and she cared so much about Shannon that she spent the entire 17 episodes of the season trying to pick her apart like death by 1,000 cuts over there because Tamara was just like so evil and maniacal. I mean, has anybody seen the movie Heathers? Yeah. Has anybody seen the movie Mean Girls? Yeah. Like on 28. Okay. Because freaking Tamrat, she's a friend to no one. So far for TV as a viewer, we've observed Tamrat, her real name is Tamara Judge, and we judge her. But Tamara, because I don't even know Eddie's last name. So she started off Tamara Judge. And she was married to Simon. Was his name Judge? I don't know. But then he divorced her. She got with Eddie in the bathtub and then ended up marrying Eddie. And then all of her kids went and talked to her. And it was like either your kids or the show. And she was like, the show, bitch. And so we saw her give up her mother, her kids, her son, her then husband. You know what I mean? All for the show. So whatever Tamara does, Tamrat, whatever she ends up doing ends up feeling like it's very just self-serving in a fame whore type of way. And so that's why we're not over there. So then we come over here to Shannon. Now, Shannon and Karen Huger from Real Housewives of Potomac have something in common. They hit objects that can't move when they're drunk. Okay. Yep, sure do. So Shannon had hit a house, y'all. Shannon hit a house where people live inside. And it was in one of those communities where how'd you pick up that much speed to get into the living room of that house, lady? Because the block was not that long. It's like one of those communities where like everybody's garage is right there and then the houses are right there too. But they're very close together. It kind of almost seemed like a townhouse community, like very close together. So, and then she tried to drive away and then she ends up like just walking away with her dog. So yeah, Shannon did it first and into a house. So everybody who's on Karen Huger's back about hitting trees and shit. Okay. Now neither one is okay. I told you I'm a child of man. And as a child of man, I don't drink and drive, period. I will be designated driver because I just don't drink and drive, and I don't think other people should do it either because look what happens. So anyway, so the entire season Shannon spent trying to deflect like Wonder Woman cuffs, all the freaking hate from Tamara that she was getting. And in response, Tamara then starts drinking. And by the end of the season, Tamara is claiming to have a drinking problem as to why she was so hard on Shannon for her drinking problem for the entire season. And that's why we call her a rat. But anyway, so Shannon was having to deflect in addition to having to look at the freaking new girlfriend of her old boyfriend, Johnny J. And like, I haven't heard anything. I didn't know like your experience was disparaging. I need to watch what I say. Okay, because as it turns out, your experience, if you translate it in a certain way that the other person hears, then they decide that you disparage them. Then, I mean, anybody can sue for anything, technically. And so she's like getting sued from her ex, who appeared on the show with her, who's now appearing on the show with another woman from the franchise. Now, this, I'm telling you, the OC, these guys over here are slimy. You think some other guys be slimy, but these guys over here, the OC is for Opportunist County because the old guys over there, they are opportunists. Slade slid through everybody. Slade slid through about 5 housewives on camera, you guys, in the Opportunist County, the real hoes Opportunist County. Yeah, that's what those dudes are, okay? The real husbands of Opportunist County. That's what's happening. because they have a number of men over there who have been through a number of ladies over there, all on camera. I'm like, if that's not an opportunist, I don't know what is. And I thought that Candy's guy, Todd, over there on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, was an opportunist in a way, because he married her and then never wore his wedding ring. I was like, what was all that for then? I don't know. I have my thoughts. Does it say allegedly? Yes, it does. Okay. So anyway, let's move on to Heather. Heather do don't, blah, blah, boring, boring. Control, orchestrate. Victim, villain, always doing some sideways stuff. But since she says it's so classy and with her pinky in the air, everybody thinks they need to kiss her ass. I tell you, I am not the one. These are ensemble casts. And that means that there should be no ring kissing in either occasion. Okay? And then Gina. As it turned out, Gina got an issue, you guys. There's 2 times that Gina's the common denominator in a DV situation with the males in her life. Yeah, so she needs to work on that. But I liked her this season. She had her posture coach, and I like that she's feeling herself. And look, if she needed to distance herself from old boy, like that was a sad way to say it, by saying he just doesn't have enough money for your lifestyle. But then again, it's being real and honest and you're self-aware. So that's kudos for growth for Gina. And then we have the new girl, Katie, who came in hot for Heather, and Heather didn't appreciate it. And it never really got resolved because, of course, Heather did her I'm sorry, not sorry at the reunion, when the only reason she was really sorry was because she dug up some stuff after saying that it wasn't right to dig up on stuff on people. And what are we doing? Is she the main one with the PI's number? You private investigator. So now let's go on to the Real Housewives of New York. I told you it wasn't going to take long because the Real Housewives of OC is over. I don't really know who's coming back and who's not, but that was what had happened during the season. And I don't feel like there was a lot of honest resolution at the end of the season because, you know, they're all told to get along to get the next paycheck. But over here in New York, we have a reboot. And the reboot has this new girl, Raquel, who has the ponytail. This is Sai sitting down. Jessel's old from the first season. Jenna Lyons, Aaron, Bryn, and Uba. Okay? So, I owe you guys a couple of episodes on this, but I decided I wasn't going to do them all because it's like watching paint dry over there. And then on top of watching paint dry, I mean, New York is supposed to be the city of dreams. New York, the city of dreams, right? Like, I'm not sure what these ladies over there are making a nightmare for. Like, I'm like, look, there's a lot of stuff to be doing in New York. There's a lot of stuff to be doing, okay? So I'm not sure why you guys got to make up fake pregnancies. And I'm positive now that Erin already made up the fake pregnancy. And we saw that little like smile she gets on her face when she knows she's lying about some shit. So now if you go back to the episode that I didn't tell you all about, when we were at the, where were they? They were at Erin's liquor. Didn't Erin open up some liquor stuff to make the people of the world drunk? And her and her husband bought into a liquor company, and so they were doing like an opening for that. And at that opening, she's going around telling everybody, I'm mad at Jenna. And so that same weird smile that she had on her face after we find out that her and this Minkoff, not related to Crystal, her and this new girl Minkoff, like made up a whole story because they heard that the lady said she's boring. I already told you that all of them are like watching paint dry, except for the fashions on occasion. Like I was expecting a lot more from Uba. You know, she is Chanel Ayan's real blood cousin, okay? And so I was expecting a train from her. And I don't know if Bozeman over there on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is related to these long-legged melanated goddesses, but they all can serve me a train all day. I love it. I'm here for it. But Uba, for some reason, is like all jeans and white shirts with scarves on her head this season, and or a ponytail. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe, you know, when you get in love, you get a little comfortable and you kind of like, as a way of like maybe removing yourself from the market, you might tone down a couple of things so that you're not constantly getting that attention that you usually get because you're just so fucking beautiful, right? So I don't know if that's what Uma is doing or not, But I need Uba to be Uba like she was last season. She was coming fabulosities all the time, and I'm going to need more fabulosities from Uba. Now, Bryn, I'm glad Bryn, Uba, and Sai decided to stop doing this angry black woman and I'm blacker than you are thing, and I'm not sure what that was about because Bryn shouldn't have started that shit. Um, and especially when she's so freaking you. Did you guys even know that Bryn is black? Exactly. So who you to go around national TV telling the other two they are, unless you're gonna be like, oh la la la, and like totally step into that. I'm not sure how people exist, but anyway, I didn't appreciate that she tried to put that on people. Now, Erin, like I said, Erin doesn't have a lot going on, you guys. She doesn't really want to tell us that she just got evicted because she owed 3 months worth of $43,000 worth of rent, allegedly, because she found out that's why she was talking to her husband in the first couple episodes about how she felt betrayed, that he had went and took the Bitcoin, y'all. The reason they needed the Bitcoin was to pay the rent because they said their apartment was infested with rats. Yeah. So all those Instagram and TikToks that we see about the rats just out kicking it in the middle of the street, smoking J's and drinking beers and stuff. I mean, I'm not sure how anybody like exists with so many. I mean, they're just everywhere. And I hear the roaches are just equally everywhere. And people are like, oh my God, I want to go to New York so bad. I want to go. I heard it stinks. I don't know. In the 70s, you would get jacked in a heartbeat. Anyway, I don't know. But just these rats, it's crazy. They need to do something about that. Yeah, I'm saying, isn't it all infested with rats? And like, so I know this for a fact. So when these ladies are in their apartments, I'm like, well, looking for them in the background, literally. Literally. Because there's so many. There's no way that there's not those in their apartment. And I'm telling you, for her to owe $43,000 and had only missed like what, 3 months worth of rent allegedly, that's a lot of rent she was paying for rats, ma'am. That's a lot of rent for rats. Yeah, you shouldn't have. I'm glad you got out of that situation. But that is how she found out that her husband took her Bitcoin without her permission. Okay. But Jessel, but Erin, I don't know. I really don't like Erin. I feel like she does these things. I want to know what else happened at your house after that talk about the money being gone, about the Bitcoin, instead of you making up your friend that you're a friend of this season. You and her decide to make up that she sleeps around and got pregnant from a one night pass. That was like a waste of our brain cells and time. This is supposed to be reality TV, and I don't know who in reality is making jokes like that. Really? That's a joke. Okay, so when somebody says something else about your marriage, then say they were joking. Okay? I just don't even get it. Why are we accepting this? You're supposed to be a reboot of New York. Do better. Okay? And then for you to be like, think you're the one. Like, I think they're trying to make it like Erin is like center or something. I don't think that she should be center, or Apple. No, Apple, actually Jenna Lyons is. I like Jenna Lyons. I don't not like Jenna Lyons. She's hella cool in my opinion. And I like her. She's very level. She's thoughtful. She's edgy. She's sharp. She's fashion. I don't mind Jenna Lyons. Jessel's skin is freaking smooth. I'm like, what are you using, woman? If she doesn't come out with the skin line and use this platform before it's all done to add to whatever money comes from wherever it does. And that's the other thing. Why don't we know what these new ladies do? Like, we need to be following them around their lives if that's allowed. But if it's not allowed, then why isn't it allowed? Because that's why you got to sit here and stir the pot with other people's shit. If you can't come on a reality show and tell me what you do, Bryn, then you shouldn't be here. Because that means you got too much time on your hands, and that's why all you do is stir the pot. You don't need to be on our screen freaking doing what you're doing, okay? in my alleged opinion. If you could tell us about your job, that would be great. You know, what do you and your brother do? And then she's always, oh yeah, the other thing is Brenda's a freaking liar. And then Aaron and the Sminkoff girl brought Brent into what they called a prank, and then in front of everybody turned around and said they were only using it to see who the pigeons were because Uba came in hot this season with the word pigeons for these bitches who are always running back and forth with little crumbs of half-assed stories to and from each other, like always, you know, low vibrational, pecking on the ground. And so Uba came up with pigeons. And so now Sarah Minkoff is running with it. But they did have a picnic this latest episode where Uba was able to reclaim the pigeon title. And she had a special pigeon made by the Pigeon Park lady, I guess from the movie Home Alone, the Pigeon Park lady. And so they each had a personal pigeon and they were sitting down to a pigeon picnic courtesy of Uba. And they had some things to talk about. And the things they talked about was how they didn't appreciate Aaron's lying ass. And Raquel really was like, well, even if that's the case, you still were the one that took it back to the group. So I'm not sure. Jessel was trying to talk her husband into having a baby. Look, when men say they don't want babies, I don't know, like, why I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You get what you want. And then if you end up a single mom of 3 kids, you could have only ended up a single mom of 2 kids had you stopped when he said he didn't want another one. I'm not sure if they're in it for long haul, in it for life or what, but Jessel trying to talk this man, and he's going to see all these confessionals and everything. It's very, very manipulative. It's very, very controlling. And I'm here for a husband that loves to please his wife because I got one. But I don't have to manipulate him like that. I just we have a conversation. We have a conversation. You know, we have a conversation. There was a time when I did want another daughter, and he kept telling me you have one, even though another woman had her. So anyway, yeah, it was before me. Don't worry. I'm not Jasmine from freaking Real Housewives of Potomac, and before me meant 2 months during me. Yeah, no. So. But there is a story that I could tell you guys about that and how we came to even find that out. So that's pretty much it. Real Housewives of OC is over. We don't need to see Heather. We don't need to see Tamrat. I would keep everybody else. Let everybody else. Oh, except for Alexis, Tamrat, and Heather. Oh yeah, and then also in OC, was it me? Or did Emily's eyes disappear? Did she have a reaction to a filler or something? And why did her head look like that? I was like, what the fuck? You just got skinny. Why did you let him make you look like that? She has great hair and everything, but for some reason they had her like this. And then, but it was like her eyes did this thing, and I was like, and she was high-key aggressive again. Don't call me a fucking dumb. Okay, and then in New York, do better, ladies. Stop playing in our faces. You know we don't like that. Let's get at these wonderful comments. Yay, Mamira's in the house. Thanks for coming through. You know I love you. Good morning. Yes, subscribe and share. We're on our way to 3K. Thank you. Look, aren't you so annoying? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Grand Rising, RMP. Looking very glowy in your picture. I love it. Do you think Emily is gone? She had no storyline except a size 12 dress. Look, I would rather Tamara be gone than Emily. I would. I don't know. I don't know. But she could possibly be. I don't know. She had second seat. Usually an indicator of who's gone is where the seat is, right? So that means Heather's out of here and Katie's out of here. Yep. Grand Rising, RMP. Good morning. Let's see. And I can say size 12 is a perfect size. Marilyn Monroe was a size 14 after all. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I love curves, man. I love it. But size 12 isn't big. Size 14 isn't big either. It just means a woman has a great figure. Yes. Curves and curves are hot. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Thank you for agreeing with me, Mamere. Isn't all of New York infested with rats? That's what I, hello. I think I could do this right now. Yes, it's all infested with rats. Alberta is rat free. We literally have Rat Patrol, a task force with hose strictly devoted to unaliving rats. Talk about creating an economy, okay? Now, New York would do good. They used to have street sweepers and people that would come out and light the street lights, and they took all that shit away. Now you got all these rats that they could. You know how much people could have a job if they just had a rat department. Yes. Did you know the new Minkoff girl is distantly related? See, I've been asking, are they related? And everybody's been telling me no. Rob Minkoff, and I don't know what the girl's name is. Boring Minkoff. Not a conversation that's just going too far. Whining and manipulating is much easier. Yes, that's going too far. No, we do conversations. Yeah. Plus, he's a Scorpio, so he doesn't do that freaking. We're not getting over on nobody over here. Nope. If he ends up feeling manipulated in any way, then that'll turn into an argument. So it's better to just have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because gotta let the man be the man. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to shut this one down, and I'm gonna come back with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City here in a minute. So on your way out, smash the buttons, ring the bell. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for coming through, Curvies. Thanks for coming through.